If you've got vertigo, don't climb the tower. Now I can see why. Join me in Nimes on the third day of my tour around Provence. And in this video I'm going to take a walk up to the Tour Magna, a Roman watchtower that has survived almost intact since it was built nearly 2,000 years ago. And on the way we'll discover some fantastic gardens and a Roman temple as well, so I'm really looking forward to that. But it's quite nice walking up here. This is the Boulevard Victor Hugo. Victor Hugo is one of France's most famous men. Born on 26th of February 1802 and died in Paris on the 22nd of May 1885. Oh my gosh, I'm not sure I'm putting my foot there. Someone's walking their dog. That's not good. I don't want that on my foot. Yike, that's another one. Yeah, Victor Hugo, he was a French romantic writer and politician, and a literary career that spanned nearly 60 years. And they've named this street after him. And it's rather nice up here. It's quite quiet, no traffic. Mind you, it is a Sunday morning, so I suppose that's can only be expected. It's only when you walk around a town or a city when it's quiet on a Sunday morning, really appreciate the ambience of the location, and it's nice to have some peace and quiet as well from the noise of the traffic. As we live in an urban society, we get used to the traffic noise just there in the background. But really, peace and quiet is just so valued in today's society. Just a little way up the road is St. Paul's Church. It's quite a magnificent looking church, built between 1835 and 1949 in the neo-Romanesque style. It's built to plans by the architect Charles Auguste Quistel. It's quite a beautiful looking building. But what I've come to look at is the ironwork on the front of the door, because it was made by a man called Pierre Boulanger, who also designed the hinges of the central portal at Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris. And looking at them, they really are quite superb. Beautiful doors, beautiful hinges, very ornate in design, and yeah, very, very pleasant to look at. So I'll leave you with some pictures of St. Paul's Church as I walk on further up the Boulevard Victor Hugo on the way up to the gardens and the Roman watchtower. One of my reasons for coming to Nimes was to visit two attractions. First was the amphitheatre, and I visited that on my first day here. And the second was to visit the Roman temple, which is just on my right hand side, and I'm so excited to see it. It's 19 years before Christ, so it's just over 2,050 years ago that this temple was built. Well, it's commissioned by Marcus Agrippa during the reign of Augustus. Augustus ruled from 63 BC to 14 AD. And it was at a time where Nimes was aligned to Rome, and the Roman colony here was known as Colonia Augustus Nemausus, after Augustus the Emperor. But it looks absolutely, oh my gosh, just walking down these steps, looks absolutely incredible. To think that this has been here for 2,000 years and it's still in remarkably good condition. It has undergone renovation in recent years, especially in the 17th and 19th centuries. But the preservation and the historical significance of this monument really is amazing. It's the best preserved Roman temple in the world. And I just love my Roman ruins. They are just so fantastic to see. Well, I can't wait to go inside. I'm not going to contain my excitement anymore. I'm going to go inside and have a look at this fantastic building. Just walking up the steps, past the 6 columns. Those are at the front. There we go. My goodness. And they're also in remarkably good condition. Wow. So let's go inside and take a look. So exciting, walking into a building that people have been walking into. Oh gosh, let's go down these steps. Building that people have been going into for 2,000 years. Absolutely incredible, really is. And the information boards in there were just so interesting. So much factual information about the story of this temple. And of course the Roman temple would have been surrounded by a courtyard. That courtyard would have had columns as well. And there are still some columns here in situ, which is really exciting. So I'm in the inner compound of the temple, and all the others are marked out with circles on the pavement. There we go. Absolutely amazing to see this. It's 17 metres high, 15 metres wide, and 26 metres long. And it says columns on the front and columns all around the side. Absolutely incredible. It's worth coming to Nîmes just to see this and the amphitheatre as well. Absolutely brilliant. But now let's head on to up to the gardens, and we'll see what you can discover on the way, and eventually up to the Roman watchtower. But I'll leave you with some pictures of this incredible Roman temple. Another little walk around. Come up to the little square and I see another statue. So I wonder who this one is supposed to be. Let's have a little look. There's an inscription on the front, and it's a statue of the Emperor Antonius Pius. Now, he was Emperor of Rome from 138 AD to 161 AD. And that's a nice little statue there of the Emperor Antonio. And a delightful little fountain, and flowers as well. Absolutely delightful. Oh, that's nice. I like things like that. I'm easily pleased. But I want to walk down the square just opposite, because that's where I spotted something else just from the other side of the road. So I'm going to cross over the road and take a look at this this square. Stopped off this little cafe for a slice of cake and a coffee. Been walking around all morning, and what a fantastic morning I have had. I still can't get over just how fantastic walking inside that temple was. Buildings like that are so rare in the world, and to have one that's been preserved almost as it was when it was built 2,000 years ago is just so remarkable. But I found this delightful little cafe. Really is very pleasant here, just away from the hustle and bustle of the tourist attractions. I've got myself a coffee and a delicious slice of vanilla cake. Oh, that does taste so good, and it tastes even better because it's been sponsored. So thank you to Clive Marchant, who went onto the Buy Me a Coffee link, which you'll find in the description, and purchased a couple of coffees for me, which was nice. So thank you so much. That's so appreciated. I really do appreciate that. And yeah, tasty little coffee. After a morning walking around in the sunshine, and it is a beautiful day today. 22 degrees they forecast for today. That's rather nice. Toasty warm. So I'm going to sit here for a while and finish my my delicious vanilla cake and my coffee, and head out towards the gardens and the Roman watchtower. So I'm really looking forward to that. Oh, I did enjoy my sit down. Just lovely to take the weight off my feet and enjoy a slice of cake and a coffee. Thanks to Clive, that was so much more enjoyable. But what a beautiful little square here. It really is. You come off the main tourist tracks and you find these delightful little back streets, which is what I enjoy doing when I go visit any town and city. Go to the back streets. You find the real gems. And I've found some great statues here in the main part of the square. Fortunately, I couldn't find an information plaque which actually tells me. There you go, you can see me better now. Walking around in the dark, there we go. Yeah, I couldn't find an information plaque which... oh gosh, it wasn't me, was it? I'm going to get run over again. I hope not. I've still got a week of my tour to go. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. It's not good, is it? It's not good. I was saying I couldn't find any information plaques about the statues. There's lovely the water fountain there, back there, and somebody sat up on a chair on a pile of rocks, which is behind me. But there we go. A few disappointing things about my visit to France is information plaques. And there's a statue here at the end, Ernest Denis. Now Ernest Denis was a German, a French historian. He was born on the 3rd of January 1849, died in Paris on the 5th of January 1921. And he was a specialist of German and Bohemian history. And he was quite actually, according to the history books, he was pivotal in the establishment of the Czechoslovakian state back in 1918. And a beautiful statue into this little square. That was rather nice to see that. But just up here are the other gardens. And somewhere up here is a temple to Diana, Roman goddess, and that Roman tower. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that and enjoying these gardens. So let's see if you can find the temple. It's absolutely beautiful just walking around these gardens. It's quite peaceful actually for a Sunday morning. Less people here than I actually thought there might be. The gardens are actually built on the site of an ancient spring. The source had been in use before the Romans arrived in Gaul. The local Celtic tribe was the Volcae Erechromici, worshipping and holding their assemblies in the area. Their god was called Nemausus, and probably the guardian of the spring, which was venerated and considered to have healing properties. Certainly beautiful here, just walking around. Quite a few springs are said to have healing properties around the world, so why not this one? The tribe have actually surrendered voluntarily to the Romans in the year 121 BC. The gardens today, they're absolutely delightful. They were started in the 1740s, created by Jacques-Philippe Maréchal at the behest of King Louis XIV. And they laid out on the site the source of the ancient spring. And this has been described here as the birthplace of Nimes. So this is where Nimes began. Absolutely wonderful. And no wonder there's Roman influence in Nimes. And they've brought a temple here as well. And of course, the Roman name for Nimes is Nemausus, which is after the god that the Celtic tribe worshipped. Just opposite me is the Temple of Diana. So let's go in there and take a look. Just walking through the gates here and down the steps and up into the temple. Another fine monument preserved here in Nimes. This region of France is just so fortunate to have so many preserved monuments, especially those in Arles yesterday. Absolutely fantastic in here, because Diana is considered the virgin goddess and the protector of childbirth. Also patroness of the countryside, hunters, crossroads, and the moon. Historically, Diana made up a triad with two other Roman deities, Egeria, the water nymph, and Virbius, the woodland god. And this is lovely here. Massive stone columns. You can see the huge boulders that would have made up the roof. Absolutely fantastic. Really is absolutely stunning. Just what has remained here in this region of France, and here in Nimes as well. Just walk up these steps here and see where this goes. But again, there's no information plaques anywhere to tell you what these outer chambers and these rooms would have been like, would have been used for. Quite a shame really, but there we go. Let's walk back into the main temple area. Oh God. Those steps were a bit fierce, my goodness me. It was easy going up. Oh dear. But let's walk out the front now and walk round to the right and into the gardens next door. I find it so exciting just walking through these remains. And there's a lot of people here as well trying to take photographs inside of the temple. And lots of kids running around as well, climbing on the walls. Despite the French putting up signs in French telling the kids that they can't climb on the walls. Quite surprised that the kids can't read French here. C'est la vie. But these gardens are lovely. And the size of these stone blocks as well. Absolutely fantastic. They really built things to last back in Roman times. Unlike modern houses and modern buildings, they just fall apart after a few weeks, few years. But these gardens, absolutely lovely. Just walk through here. Oh gosh. Yeah, very, very pleasant. There's a little tunnel that runs down by the side of the temple. So I'm going to walk down there and see what's at the other end. Probably nothing, but I do like walking through tunnels. So let's just walk through here. Wow. A bit narrow. Yeah, nothing here. So I'll just walk back the other side. Disappointing in there, but the interesting aspect for me is the actual temple. But you know me, I can't resist crawling through tunnels in old historic monuments. But let's head out the gates now, up towards those steps, the back of the gardens, and up towards the tower. Got to be careful where I'm putting my feet as well. There's lots of signs up. Yeah, the French have done that. Lots of signs up telling people, or dog walkers, to pick up when their dogs make do a you-know-what. And there are plenty of bins around, but there's you-know-what in numerous places on the public footpaths. So either the French can't read French, or they can't be bothered. Probably the latter. I've already trodden in a few unwanted items, let's put it that way, this morning as well. So there's a little whiff in the air that seems to be following me around. I think I've still got some remnants on the end of on my shoe. Never mind. But let's head up these stairs and find this Roman tower. Those stairs do look rather impressive. Looking forward to this. Oh, it's quite delightful walking up here. Quite a lot of steps. But it's nice getting away from the tourists. And the weather is absolutely lovely. I'm just hoping that this fine weather lasts for the rest of this week. Well, I mean, all next week. I've got 7 days left, 1 full week. And really hoping it stays fine. Got big plans for the coming days, so I need fine weather. I've got big plans, as I say, and I'm lost. I'm going to keep going up. There's some steps here, so I'll follow these steps and see where they go. As long as I keep going up, I should get to the tower. Still, it beats climbing church towers. At least I'm in the fresh air and there's a breeze. So, yeah, just keep going down here and see if I can find this tower. Oh, there's a sign there which says La Tour Magna and an arrow pointing this way. So let's head on up. Must be nearly at the top by now. This is further than I expected. Never mind. This is just great fun. It really is. Being at one with nature and oh dear. Yeah, nearly at the top. Walk up from those gardens, but what a lovely walk it was, up through those little paths and past the other little gardens up there as well. But this tower is quite magnificent. The base of the tower is remarkably well preserved. Really great stonework as well. It's survived the test of time. But the top hasn't been kind, and it fell into ruin back in I think it was the 12th century, medieval times. I'll tell you more about that as we go inside. But it's absolutely lovely walking around the outside. Anyway, I've come here to climb the tower. So let's go inside, climb the tower, and look at the views from the top. The entrance fee was €3.50, which I didn't think was too bad. But what is bad is the same steps that go up are also the same steps that come down. These steps were built up the inside of the tower back in 1843. And I don't know how many there are. Oh dear. But this is this tower. It's 118 metres tall, and it's part of the old Roman wall into the city, the Roman town. Oh, but a local gardener back in medieval times read a prophecy from Nostradamus that some treasure was to be found under one of the Roman buildings here in Nimes. So we got permission from King Henry IV to excavate this tower. And pretty much destroyed it. But what was left fell down, and what remains today has been wonderfully preserved. Absolutely fantastic to see this. But I'm nearly at the top, so I'll let you know. Breeze from the top. Wow. These steps are quite narrow. Wasn't really built for tourists, I don't think. But there we go. At the top. The views up here are absolutely incredible. What a beautiful place Nimes is. I wonder if it's easier going down than it is going up. Wow. Just imagine what this might have been like in Roman times. You know, that's such a shame that history hasn't been kind to it. Unlike the other monuments here in Nîmes. It really is rather breathtaking up here. Of course, you can look down and see the ground. These steps are playing havoc with my vertigo. Oh, this is bad news. This really is. There was a sign on the door when he came in that it said, if you've got vertigo, don't climb the tower. Now I can see why. Yikes. As long as I keep one hand on the rail, I'm going to be all right. Gosh. I don't do heights, except in aeroplanes. There we go. Nearly at the ground now. I think I'm over the worst. Oh, I've made it. Oh, God. I'm so glad I did that. That's absolutely fantastic, seeing the sights over the city of Nîmes. And it was at this point that my camera stopped working and I'm unable to bring you the ending that I recorded back in Nîmes all those months ago. But Nîmes is just steeped in history, as you saw from the video. There's just so much there. Tomorrow I head to Grenoble, a city in the Alps-Rhône region of France, before returning to Provence later in the series. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and follow my journey around the world, because there's plenty more to come in this series and in future series as well. Thanks for watching.